Today I'm gonna talk about 3 exact traits that you need as a man if you want to be successful. And I genuinely believe these are the 3 principles that you need in order to have success in any endeavor, entity, whatever you want to call it, right? And it's gonna be very general, but if you're able to build these sort of traits, like it's very, very hard for you to lose. And I'm just gonna get straight into it, right? The first one is consistency. And like all 3 of these feed into each other, and so you'll see the consistency. If I'm just gonna use a gym as an example because it's so fucking easy, right? And I can easily like give examples for it, right? So with consistency, if you consistently do something, it's very hard for you to be bad at it, right? In the beginning, you're bad at everything you start, right? Because it's brand new. It would make no sense for you to be good at it, given that you've never done it. If you've never swam before, if you've never been to the gym before, you're not gonna have a good workout. If you've never swam before, you're never gonna be able to swim, right? So it makes sense for you to be bad. That's the part of the journey. For you to start at the bottom, start at ground zero, start from the bottom, then you get to the top, right? Type shit, right? You go from poor to rich. You go from not being able to swim. You go from scrawny and fat to jacked, right? You gotta start at the bottom. Understand that, right? And so if you understand the consistency is important, and if you understand if you want to have skill acquisition, repetition is key, which is this consistency. If you consistently do the same things, have the same routine or whatever in whatever entity and or endeavor, eventually you'll be good at it, right? Because you consistently did it, right? Second one is persistence. Very similar. You just keep doing the thing that you do, but you do not quit. That's the key part. You do not quit. And so again, they feed into each other. If you imagine you continuously did something, and even when it like sucked or the days weren't good or you had some failures, you didn't quit, and the very next day you did it again, right? If you just those 2 will easily give you any success in anything, right? Because over enough time, being consistent at something means you've been repetitive. You've been repeatedly doing the actions, meaning that you eventually will acquire the skill needed. And everything in life is a skill, right? So making money, getting jacked, getting women, all of these are skills, even though they don't sound like skills. So you gotta gamify everything. So if you understand it in that sort of like mentality, you can eventually get anything, right? Just keep doing it and don't quit. Keep doing it, don't quit. And if you do those 2 things, you'll literally achieve anything, right? And the last one, this one, it is very important. That's why I'm gonna mention it, but this is more of like I said, the other 2 are more important. The last one is sustainability. And what I mean by this is making it fun for yourself. So again, they feed into all 3 of them, feed into each other. So sustainability means being able to do it for a long enough period of time, right? People have a very short-term mindset because of just the way the world operates nowadays. With if you want food, you can DoorDash it. If you want to text someone, you do it immediately. If you want to mail someone, you do it immediately. If you want open your camera, you just click the app and you're there, right? It's like everything in the world is fast, right? Because as time and society evolves, speed and time is so important that's like one of the main facets that people try to improve on, right? So it's like back in the day when you wanted to like open a camera, take a picture, you would have to like get your camera and turn it on and watch it boot up, and then you would have to like center it, and then you take the picture. But now you just get your phone, tick, right? So it's like sustainability, right? You want to make this long term, and so you have to almost get out of this short term mindset, which is very hard. It takes some time, but once you get into a long-term mindset and then you stop thinking about like days or weeks or even months as long, and you start thinking about years and decades, everything becomes a lot more on your side. And this comes with so much different things that's like once you switch that like time mentality, you're like, damn, like I have all the time in the world to do this. And you'll see a lot of successful people talk about this, like Gary Vee, Alex Hormozi. It's like time. If you think in a short-term mindset, time works against you, and it's very, very, very hard to fight time. It's not even worth it, right? It's an impossible fight because time will continuously go on, and for you to fight it would make no sense, right? So you want time on your side, and once you think long-term, time is on your side, and then it becomes like you literally feel super lucky, you feel super fortunate, because it's like rather than fighting time, he's your partner now, right? So he's like fighting with you, right? And so like this works with compounding, with like in financial investments, it works with skill acquisition, it works with just anything in life. Like you want time on your side. Time is the most valuable asset. It's always gonna be there. So you want it. If there's something like the biggest enemy you could possibly have, why would you want it against you rather than for you, right? Nonetheless, sustainability in whatever endeavor means just making it enjoyable for yourself. So first you think of it in a long-term aspect, right? So say you start going to the gym, you're not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna go for a week, I'm gonna go for a day, I'm gonna go for a month, and I'm just gonna, if I don't have the best results ever, I'm gonna stop going. Like anything worthwhile is gonna take time. So give yourself a year, give yourself 2 years, give yourself 5 years, 10 years even, right? And it's like, when you think about it in that sort of time frame, like, it seems like a long time, but years go by like very fast. It's like, however old you are, think about how much years have gone by, and it's just like, time moves, man, especially when you're busy. But if you give yourself 2 years in the gym, I guarantee whatever goal you have, whether it's being super strong, benching 2 plates, or just becoming super aesthetic, having a six-pack, you'll get it. Like, I guarantee you 2 years, it might sound like a long time, but if you're like 20, 18, 30 even, and you've been living for 30 years and you haven't been strong or haven't been aesthetic, it's like 2 years is fucking nothing. Just put in the work for 2 years and you'll literally have the body that you want, and you'll literally never complain, because once you have it forever. You have the skills, you have the knowledge, and like, you have the physique now, so like, if you ever lost it, you'll be able to get it back. And like it's like think of it like, if you live for 80 years and say you're 20, took you 2 years to get it, now you're 22 with abs. For the next 60 years, you have technically abs, at least a base foundation of it. So like, it's like, you have to think about it in that like sort of like mind time frame, where it's like, this is gonna be my body for the next 60 years. I might as well take 2 years, 2 out of 6, like 2 years for 60 years of gains. Like it might sound stupid if you like put it in that sort of like long-term mindset, but you have to have the long-term mindset, right? And a part of sustainability is making yourself enjoy it, right? So if you're doing something and you simply don't enjoy it, how do you expect to keep doing it for a year, 5 years? That's like another key part. Like, so if it's like, if you look at your job and you're like, I fucking hate this job, I can't imagine myself doing it for 5 years, probably not the right job for you. But then, and that's what people ask you that question of like, if you wouldn't do it for free, like if you would do it for free, then it's like the right model or the right fit for you. Because like, if you do it for free, then you do it for a year, you do it for 2 years, you do it for 3 years, and then when you get paid for it, you'd be even that much more happier to do it, right? So it's like, you need to understand how, if it's something that you know you need to do and you might not enjoy it at first, you need to make it, typically if you make it a game for yourself, it becomes that much more fun. If you're like a grind type of person like me and you gamify things, which a lot of people are, and or does you find like little tweaks to make it that much more fun, or you just make it, easier for yourself. So like right now, I'm learning how to swim. And like, yes, I'm a little bit grown, not knowing how to swim, whatever the case may be. I made it a game, so like every time that like I don't swim 5 days a week. I probably would, but I'm also learning how to box at the same time. So I do 3 days boxing, 2 days swimming during my workouts. So the swimming days, I will tell myself, go into the pool and just do 10 laps. So it becomes like an achievement. Like once I do 10 laps, I'm good, I'm Gucci, right? And every time I've done more than 10, I end up doing like 15 or 20, right? And it's like, the first few sucked, but every time after that, literally just the first 10 I did, I was like, I can't swim, I can't breathe or whatever. But then after that, it becomes like a game. I'm like, oh, now I have to work on my breathing, now I have to work on my arms. I'm not flapping my feet fast enough. I'm not going that far of a distance, right? So now all these little challenges have come up in my head, and now I'm trying to accomplish them every single time I go. So now I'm actually excited to go swimming every single fucking time, because I'm like, yo, I need to accomplish this next thing. I need to go a little bit more farther. I need to swim that much faster. I need my motions to be that much better, right? I did the same thing with boxing. So I was like, I literally would sit on the bag for 30 minutes and only throw left jabs. And then the next day I did only right jabs, right? Because I was like, I need this jab to be perfect. So I just like, once I finally hear like that snapping punch, when I see the dent in the bag, when I hear that beautiful sound, then I know that this jab is good. I can move on to the next one, right? So it's like, you gotta make it a game. You gotta set yourself up with like little challenges, and just to make yourself more just joyful, right? And like, if you can add music to it, if you can get like, this is kind of like a hit or miss, but like get like equipment. So like, I got like a boxing bag at home, so that makes me like that much more comfortable when I'm in the gym, or you know, if I'm able to listen, like get music or whatever into like, I always listen to one headphone while I'm boxing, because if I just sit there and just box, I might get bored. It's like, look for ways to make yourself enjoy it more. And if you just do those 3 things, consistency, persistency, and sustainability, you can really achieve anything you want in this life. I'm telling you, understand these 3 things, and in the end, you're gonna fucking win.